like having Kelly and Dwight as co-captains of this team? Just obviously they've been around the program for quite some time. What's that like?
Like I said before, it just makes my job a lot easier. Those guys are committed, they're vets, they have experience, and like they're true captains. I can go, if I ask for leadership, they lead with their voice and they lead by example. So it just makes the group better. And right now, coming together is important with the process that we're in, with whatever days, like around 18 days, right, left before we play the first game. So very important to come together as a team.
How often do you see them assuming that role, just directing players?
Day to day, but not just them. Also, Melvin. Melvin it's been part of the program for a long time. He also acts like a captain, and everybody respects him. A lot of these guys see him as a mentor. He's like the whole guy. So it's good. We have all these roles. Guys will accept their job on the team, and that's what's going to make us a very good and a very competitive team.
What did the experience last summer of winning a medal do to crystallize the belief that yes, you can go to Paris and you can do something different?
Yeah, I think the belief comes from their commitment and the day-to-day work. And you guys see here the energy is not fake. These guys come and work every day. They like each other. They enjoy spending time together. And like I said before, I think it was last week, best players don't make the best team. What makes the best team is the glue, and we're creating that glue right now. That's what happened last summer with our inexperience and our youth. We were able to beat pretty good teams, but we also got beat and we learned from it. So, we want to be together for a long time, and that's the beginning of sustaining success.
Jordi, the fact that these guys like each other as much as they do, like you've been in the NBA for a while, you know that not all groups get along that well. How does that change your job, the fact that they are this close?
Yeah, I mean, I told them from the beginning, you don't have to do this. You're here because you want to, and you're sacrificing your time. And at the same time, if you want this team to be successful, you're probably going to have to take a different job that you do in your NBA team. And as crazy as it sounds, whatever I've asked them to do, they have done it so far, and they don't do it for me, they do it for the team and for each other.
Was that something that you guys kind of saw in him, or did you build up through the summer and to be that? What was happening?
Yeah, I think all the credit goes to him. He's a pro. He takes care of himself, his body, works every single day. He's an amazing teammate. I would want him on my team every year for the rest of my career, and I would not want him against me. So I'm very fortunate to have him.
What are your expectations for Jamal? Any limitations, given that he finished the season dealing with some injuries?
My expectations for him is to be an amazing player. That's who he is. It's a very special player that he can take over a game, and we've all seen that before. As far as like physically, we've been in constant communication with the Denver Nuggets. Obviously, I have a pretty good relationship there in history, and we've been on the same page with what he needs to do, where his body is at, and so far he's felt great. He had a really good week last week, and also you can see it in his, like how much he's enjoying this with a group of guys. It's just refreshing, and he's having fun. So that's what I want to see from Jamal.
Last question.
A massive win you had last summer in the bronze medal game. And then you see what USA did with this roster and who they have on it now. Do you talk about last summer with your team, and is there any part of that can affect your team going forward this summer?
I always think in positive, I always think in a positive way. So I don't think it can hurt us. We beat a very good team, a very good program. We made history for our country and our program. And now it's a different team, and it's a different year. But we're also a different team. We believe in continuity, but also we're trying to improve. So if we can improve through working, we will work. If we can improve through adding players, we will. But we're not going to bring a player just because he's an NBA player. We're going to bring him because he's committed. He wants to work, and he wants to do what's best for the group. And so far right now, you see new guys here, and they just see the guys that were here before, and they just jump into it with them. So I think that chemistry is important for us. We have to keep building, but we're not looking at Team USA in any way. We have a lot of respect for them, but what we're looking at is the first game, and after the first, the second, and so on and so forth. Because to play in Paris, you have to get out of Lille, and right now the only place I know we're going is Lille.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jordi.
How good this team can be, what the potential really is.
I mean, we believe that. We believe that we're good and that we're going to have a chance. But right now, we're just focusing on getting better every day. That's what you can do. Obviously, have some new faces that were here last year, so trying to work those guys in as much as possible. And then we'll see once we get some exhibition games under our belt.
What's it like having the white and Canada as co-captains? Obviously, you've been around the program for some time now. So what's that like for you?
I mean, sometimes you kind of take them for granted because they're always here, but it is great just to have those two guys. I mean, they're the vet guys. They're the voices we listen to. Them, Melvin, guys we listen to. So, always helpful having them.
RJ, you've been around a lot of talented Canadian groups. 2021 last year. What makes this group different?
I think we'll see. We'll see. Once we play some games, what happens.
Is this the most talented group you think you've been around?
Like I said, we'll see once some games get going. But just from the practices and stuff, like some of the scrimmages we've had have been super competitive. I mean, it's always fun just being able to play this type of basketball with such elite players. Yeah, it's been really good.
How do you get used to the changes in shorter game, fewer possessions? Obviously, there's huge differences too, but nobody gets 20 shots in this game.
Yeah.
How different does it make it?
We've got to play hard, man. I think a lot more than in the NBA, you have to be ready right from the beginning of the game. You don't want to get yourself in a 10, 15 point hole right now. That can make it tough in the FIBA game. Like you said, there's less time, different rules. So just trying to be ready from the start of the game.
What's Andrew Nemhard adding to your group after the run he had?
Yeah, I mean, he's one of the smartest players. I'm biased. He's been my point guard since I was 9. So I'm biased. I love the guy. And, you saw some of his abilities in the playoffs. And, hopefully with us, we'll be able to show that.
RJ, the roster that Team USA put together, just with those names and the accolades and all they've accomplished as individuals, is there any part of you that's just intrigued to see what that team looks like on the floor Wednesday night?
I think it's going to be interesting. Obviously, legends, Hall of Famers, on the team. So I think that's just kind of, as a basketball player, as me as a kid growing up, some of my favorite players are on that team. So it's going to be, a lot of fun for me and for the guys, and we're just going to go out there and compete.
RJ, what's Jordi been like as a coach?
Man, he's really smart, and I like that. He's competitive, but he's direct and to the point. And he kind of he speaks to us like men and just lets us know what we need to do.
What does Jamal bring to this team, Murray?
I always joke around with him. I always joke around and say that in the fourth quarter at the end of the game or in the playoffs, Jamal turns into Michael Jordan. It's just a little running joke, but obviously just very skilled scorer, passer, winner. So that's a good guy to have on our team.
Last question.
RJ, with what you guys have been able to do in the last year with the program, in the last couple of years with the program, what Canada's done in soccer recently, does it feel like you guys have been able to kind of set and pave the way as to what, the pathway to get to where you guys want to be?
Yeah, man, it's cool. I was actually watching one of those games when they went into the penalty shootout. Shout out to Fonzie. But I think for us, we just try to play the game and play for our country. We work hard all year round. Everyone, it's kind of been committed and locked in and excited, to get to this point. Just talking to the guys throughout the year, and everybody's been ready for this. So, Canada is here. You know, we're happy and we're ready to go.
Thanks, RJ.
Thanks, RJ.
Thank
You show that you can go win something. You can go on the world stage and know what did that do for this program. Did the belief already there, or did that need to happen?
Yeah, I mean, I think the belief was there, but I think for us it was about just coming together, collectively, for that 6 weeks, and there's ups and downs, and fighting through them and just gelling, and I think that's really what we needed, and, to move forward into this. You can tell that was huge to be able to beat through basically a year or two already together, tested tournaments, this, that. That's good.
For the guys who are back, is there a carryover field?
100%. Just familiarity with the offense, defense, systems, schemes, people's games, how they play. Yeah.
What's it like for you to be co-captain this team with the way? Obviously, you guys have been around the program for quite some time. Have you guys talked about what it means and for you guys to get some wins?
Yeah, I mean, it's huge, getting Olympics. We've been trying to get Olympics for 15 straight years. It's not easy. It's a tough task. You see all those teams in the last 8 days that were trying to get there. There's only 12 teams that make it every single year, so it's tough. But all those blood, sweat, and tears, battles, fights coming so close. Finally breaking through and being able to make it, it means a lot. It's something that you don't take for granted, don't take lightly.
What does it mean to be co-captain, especially with that title? Obviously, you've been around for quite some time.
Yeah, I mean, it's an honor, but it's a team. It's a team. It's 12 guys, but it's deeper than 12 guys. There's guys who came with us last year who played a part in the role, and coaches and staffs. Obviously, it's an honor to have that title. But for us, it's bigger than that. It's about the whole 12 and beyond that little country.
The last 5 years or so, Team USA has not played with a ton of size. You know that from last summer. This year, they had Embiid, AD, and Bam. What was your reaction when you saw that's who they were going to trot out there in the post? And then how does the rest of the world deal with the front line like that?
I mean, the rest of the world has a lot of size. I think last year you'd see in that tournament, Lithuania had great size, Serbia had great size. I think it's something that obviously you just have to deal with. You're going to have a game plan, ways to attack and combat those kind of things, and go from there.
What's it been like to follow Andrew Nembhard's career dating back to Gonzaga, and what's the attitude of the group so far here?
Yeah, I mean, it's been great following his year. I told him he should have went to Gonzaga from day one, but he screwed that up. Luckily, we were able to save him, No, I'm just kidding. But, he's been great. His development's come a long, long, long way. Just to see him continue to grow and do big things on the NBA stage and world national level, it's awesome to see. And you're seeing more and more of it now across a lot of these Canadian players. But Andrew's a guy who's put in a lot of work. Had to transfer a little bit. His path wasn't as seamless and easy as some of people might think. But he put in a lot of work, and he continues to put in work, and he's a really talented player, and it's showing.
You guys spent a lot of time that you have with the national team. How much in the team to see the way the program has gotten stronger?
Yeah, I mean, the program's grown a lot. We have a lot more talent coming through. There's a lot more talent in Canada being produced. And, you're seeing it day in and day out, not only with, like I said before, our group, but the pool of players that was behind us as well. There's a lot of talent. Guys are wanting to play, want to be a part of it. And Canada Basketball as an organization has been just growing and doing better. Staffing-wise, sponsorship, funding, all that kind of stuff. It's just been a whole 360 experience, which has been awesome.
Last question.
You and Rui Hachimura has a very good relationship. Rui?
Yeah, Rui, yeah.
What do you say about his personality and how has he grown as an NBA player?
Rui?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rui's he's been really good. Obviously, making a move to LA was good for him. He played great the last couple of years. Got a contract extension. But he's just continued to work and get better and understands the game a lot more now. But yeah, I mean, Rui's physically a dominant player. Can really play a lot of positions, guard a lot of positions. So it's good to see.
Thank you, Kelly.
Yeah.
What's it like for you to see
It's a lot of respect. You know, they've been through a lot of windows, played a lot of games. They know the FIBA game in and out. So, you know, I'm happy that they're my captains and they're professionals and they're ready to play every game.
When you consider your career, when you think of last year, medaling, what you did, especially what will that mean to you when you look back?
It means a lot. You know, I still cherish it to this day. But, you know, we got another mission on hand, just to, you know, medal, win the gold. It's coming Olympics, so that's all on my mind right now.
How do you approach tomorrow's game? Is it just trying to take it as another game, or do you see it as an opportunity to make a statement?
For sure, I take it as another game, but me as being who I am, I like to make a statement. So, you know, I'll be ready to play. You know, Team Canada will be ready to play, and, you know, we're going to go balls to the wall and watch the film after and see if we got better.
Dillon, it's hard to imagine your competitiveness elevated, and that's how you are. But how does it change it when you think about what you guys accomplished last year against this team, the personal battles you've had with all the players on that USA squad? I mean, does it actually jack it up even more?
Yeah, because there's new USA players, you know, that spoke up after that and, you know, wanted to play. So, you know, I'm happy that they're playing because, you know, we get to test our talents against theirs. And, you know, it should be a fun one.
Who comes to mind?
Huh?
Who comes to mind?
Who comes to mind? Well, at the beginning, it was Steph and LeBron. That came out and said something, and then everyone else started, you know, joining on. And, you know, I'm happy that they, you know, made the commitment. So let's see. Talent gets talent.
Dillon, what does Jamal bring to this group, Murray?
He brings, you know, his clutchness. He brings championship pedigree. And he's a workhorse. He knows the game in and out, and he's amazing in FIBA. So, you know, we, you know, missed him all last year, but now he's here this year, and, you know, I can't wait to play with him.
What was it like seeing all the top names kind of sign up from USA side after you guys obviously faced them in the FIBA World Cup defeated them? It seemed like a lot of players saw that and wanted them. What was that? What was your reaction when you saw this?
I was happy, you know, to see, you know, them trying to make one more push. You know, I'm happy to see that, and you know, I just can't wait to get to Wednesday.
Joe, what did the medal do to winning the medal last year? What did that do to sort of cement the belief that, yeah, you guys can go on the world stage and do stuff?
The belief was always there. We just had to put it together. A lot of players were playing, and a lot of players weren't playing. Now we got a lot of players that are committed, willing to, you know, build this every single summer to get better and better and build chemistry and build camaraderie. And you know, we just our time was last year, and now we got to create our time for this year. And instead of getting bronze, you know, we want the gold.
Asking about Wolfpack.
What's Jordi been like through this process?
Journey's been great. You know, being in Toronto with the guys, you know, working hard, going against each other, ironing, sharpening iron, and you know, now our journey comes to Vegas, play US, and then we go to France, and you know, we continue the journey there and play a couple exhibition games, and then the real games start. You know, we don't get too far. You know, we stay within the day by day, and then at the end of it all, see the outcome.
Last question.
Made a career out of accepting challenges, taking challenges against some of the big names like Steph, like LeBron, last summer against Luka, the whole bronze medal game. With all these guys on the same team, how do you measure this challenge? Like, what's your personal view about what you face not only Wednesday, but when you get to Paris and probably see the United States in a knockout round?
Yeah, well, they got to guard. They got to play defense. So that's my main thing. And every team that has to play against us has to guard, has to scout against us. And we were just going to play our game and make adjustments during the game.
Thank you, Dillon.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Dillon.